going on, y'all? It's your boy Smitty here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all have been enjoying this 4L60E build. A lot of things I can tell you is that, you know, the 700R4 is going to be real similar. Just difference between electronic controls and hydraulic controls. But anyway, hey, this video coming up is going to seem a little out of place. And originally I had recorded this video and the one previous all in one fell swoop and realized it was well over an hour long, and I was like, ain't nobody gonna sit there and watch an hour-long video. Well, I mean, some of you might, but so anyway, I split it up and I dedicated this video completely to setting up the 2.4 band pin, making sure it's the right length. So I hope you all enjoy it. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, smash that like button, and comment and share with your friends. I do read the comments, and I do appreciate all your all's input, really do. So that being said, enjoy this video. Okay, we'll try to do this with the camera zoomed in. Now this Super Servo, the fourth gear has already been done once before, so the only thing we need to get for that is the outer seal. That's going to be this blue one right here. So that's pretty much all there is to this one. And it gives you really good instructions with it if you've never done one of these. So just about any of y'all can do one of these. They're not that big. I mean, it basically walks you through the whole thing. So they're clear and concise, so everything works. We're gonna put, I need to find the old pin. Let's see what I did with the old pin. Here's the old pin that was in there. We're eventually going to need this ring right here. And we'll need this retainer. I think that's part of that, so we'll put that together. Alright, let's see what we're going to need from the original stuff. So we're definitely going to use the spring. They shipped you a new pin. Pretty. That's going to go in there. Okay. They want you to reuse this. Which the spring goes down here. Spring, and then we need the E-clip. Of course, it's like the very last thing you find. Alright, put your E-clip back on there. Like that. Seems to me that ought to be a little more snug than that is. Alright, they say basically for now you don't want to put the seals on it because you want to test the, well, you're going to have to put the seals on it because you got to test the operation. Alright. Put these D-ring seals in here. They call these D-ring, but man, they ain't D's. Them need to be round. There we go, there's that. And then these seals go on here. I guess they are D-ring. Looking at them. You know, probably couldn't see any of that. Alright, on these D-rings, make sure, of course, the flat side is in. And make sure you don't roll them. And that one I rolled. Looks like I rolled both of them. Hard to see them that they're rolled or not, but they're there. I can't turn on this fan, guys. Oh, that's so much better. Well, very carefully, I guess, get this pick in here. Oh, wait a minute. We can do the smush method. There we go. The smush method is basically where you're taking the, you're smushing the seal together so it pops it out of the groove. It looks like I got it there. So these are supposed to apparently be D-rings too. I didn't notice it when I put it in. These are just regular O-rings. So we're alright with those. There, and then that's going to go together like that. I need to pull this back off and put the O-ring on it, because I didn't put the O-ring on the pin. Alright, this O-ring apparently goes down here in this groove. We're just going to kind of roll it in there. That way try to keep from ripping it. And that would make sense too. To keep that tight in there. Alright, before we go too much further, we need to make sure that this pin slides nice and smooth in this bore. Alright, I don't like that. Alright, I didn't like the way that pin was going in there. That's the old pin. But, yeah, that's okay, I guess. It's not going to go that far anyway. It shouldn't be going that far. Let's put our band in there. Alright, since we know this is right, we're going to go ahead and well, I figured out what was wrong, guys. You can tell I'm tired. I forgot to transfer the cushion spring back over to the other housing. I am just wore out. I really need a I'm gonna have to take this to work and do it, because I need a vise. I don't have one. Okay, guys and gals, I took the the second gear servo to work because I don't have a press here. But here's the old one, and you have to take the cushion spring out of it and transfer it over. And like I said, I was just so dang tired last night, I didn't realize what I was doing. Yeah, it was last night. This is another deal. So anyway, what I'm working on now is I'm working on getting the pin length right. I've got a new pin in there right now. You can see as I push on it, it'll, you know, pushes the band on there. I'm trying to win a bid on the actual tool for checking the length. I know there's another way you can do it with the dial indicator and that kind of jazz, but I'd really like to have the tool. Unfortunately, it's stinking expensive, but we'll see if we'll get it. Anyway, so this is one of the sonnax pins, and it's longer than factory. Here, I'll show you what we got here. Okay, the one on the left is a new sonnax pin that is longer than the longest. Here is the longest GM pin. It's got the 3 rings on the end of the tip. That means it's the longest pin. They make one with 1 and 2 lands, and if you notice, when you set this thing, square up the base there best we can, you notice how much longer that sonnax pin is. Well, the longest pin is not going to work, and customer told me that when he took it out, that it had the longest pin in it. And so this is the one that they replaced the first time, and as you can see, I've got it about the same length as the original long pin. And the advantage to it is it's got Teflon seals in it, and it's got an O-ring that seals it here. But there's a particular way, and I'm still not happy with the way it's set up, so I'm probably going to grind just a little bit more off of this pin. Granted, I've still got this new one here if I need it, but so we're going to grind a little bit off this pin, and I'll show you how I do it. Alright, the way I do this is you grab yourself a drill, just put that in the end of it, and rotate it at the high speed. This is on 2, and you kind of want to keep it at an angle because you want the end of this tip, if I can get it to focus on it. See how I've got the tip rounded? You've got to make sure that tip is rounded, or it'll gouge into the band. And if you look at the factory one, see how the tip's rounded on it? That's an important step. You don't want to just grind it flat. So then let's go over here to my bench grinder. Let me turn this off so you can hear me. Run over here to this bench grinder and try to keep your at just a slight bit of an angle. And don't go real fast at it. Or I guess it should say fast. Don't dig into the wheel. Take your pin out. Make sure to wipe that dude off after you've done that. And put it back in your servo. Spring, washer, E-clip. Push down on the deal, get your E-clip in. Alright, so there's that. And we're going to take this spring here, put it in that hole right there, so just like that. Put your servo in. Make sure that dude moves. Okay. Now the cover. Put your protective washer on there, and then your fourth cover. Press it in there and put your snap ring in. And no, I didn't put the O-ring on that because I may not be done, and you don't have to tear up an O-ring every time you put it in and out. Make sure you get your snap ring all the way down in there. Alright, your second gear feed hole is this one right here. That's your second. Fourth is down in this hole here. And then that one there is just your exhaust. So we're going to test down there at the second. That looks pretty good. So hopefully you can see that down in there. We'll get that in that hole. Right down in there. Let me see if I can shed a little light on the subject. This is why I always do my band before I put my pump in. There you can see the pin down there. See the pin move? That's what it should do, and that pin length looks pretty good, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, until I find out whether or not I've won that auction, I may see if I can use see if I can get a loaner tool or something like that. So I really want to check it to make sure it's right. After all the issues that he's had with this, I want to make sure that this thing is A1, as good as it can be. So we'll get back when I get the tool. Alright, y'all. Like I said I was going to do, I ordered the actual servo pin length checker. It's actually a GM tool, and nobody aftermarket makes it that I know of. And so it's kind of pricey, but as many of these do, I could really use one. Our shop doesn't have one. Well, it does, but it's missing a very vital piece. And this is what it is. This is a J33037 tool, and if it does not have this sleeve right here, the tool is absolutely worthless. And the way this works is you put it in the bore, your 2/4 bore, and if you can notice, this pin right here has a line on it right there. And how this works is when you put a certain torque on this, on the ply pin, it needs to fall in that hole. If it doesn't fall in that hole, then you need to make corrections on your pin. If it's up there, that means the pin's too long. If it's down there, that means your pin's too short. So from GM, there's 3 different pin lengths, but we've got the aftermarket pin on the table with all the other crap. So yeah, let's I'm going to use the pin that's in there, so let's get the servo cover back out. Kind of hard to do this and hold the camera, so I'll set you down. All right, I got the ring out, so just pull your 4th out, then grab a hold of your spring. If I want this one to be stubborn, because instead of using the Teflon rings, it uses O-rings. So just kind of unseat it there with a screwdriver. Pull that whole assembly out, including the spring. Okay. Now what we want to do, I'll set you up here. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to move that to the side right now. We need to take this pin out of this servo. So pull your E-clip out. Hang on to that, dude, because it'll go shooting. We'll spring and push that out of there. All right. So to set this up, this actually goes inside here, kind of like that. All right, and take your retaining ring, and we're going to insert it in the bore, kind of like that. And it'll go in far enough that that it's spring loaded. But what you want to do is you want to get it so you can get the retaining ring in there. Again, this is difficult to do one-handed. Hang on. Okay, as you can see, I've got the ring in there, right there. And I can already tell you what you're supposed to do is apply 98 inch-pounds here. And if that line shows up in that hole, then you're good. I'm gonna go get the torque wrench. Hang on. Okay, this is a very old, this was my grandfather's snap-on wrench, but you can see I've got it set up at 95 inch-pounds, just short of 100. So basically when this thing wraps around to 0, we know that that's where it's at. So you want to put 98 inch-pounds on it, which is right about there. As you can see, you can't see the line. That means our pin's too long. So we need to modify our pin. And just for giggles, we're gonna put a factory pin in there, and I'll show you the difference. All right, this is a pin out of my 700 R4. This is out of Scarlett's. And if you notice the rings on the tip of that, I told you wrong the other day. That is not the longest pin. The longest pin has no rings on the end of it. The shortest pin is one ring. The second one is two rings, and then no greens is the longest one. So let's put that one in there. Put our snap ring back in. Okay, as you notice, I can't even push this one in far enough either. And if we put the wrench on there again and run it up to zero it out, you can't even see the line on that one either. So that means we're gonna have to shorten the pin. Alright, I don't know if I showed you this before, so we're going to show it again. So just put the drill, put it in a drill, tighten her up, and you want to keep it so it's got a little bit of bevel on it, so you want to keep it at an angle. Okay, we knocked the point off of it. Remember, right, you can pull this pin out without taking it out. Yeah, you can. Alright, so pull that pin out. Put that one in the sleeve. Put that back in the tool. And, oh yeah, we may be right on the money. Alright, run your tool up to 98 inch-pounds. We can get it to focus. Yeah, see, there's the line. So it's a little on the short side. That shouldn't hurt anything. Like I said, I mean, it doesn't have to be dead center, but it's got to be in the line, and I'm holding it at 98 inch-pounds. So as long as you can see the line, you're good. You can do this job in the car, by the way, in truck, car, whatever you want to say. You can do this check in the car and adjust the pin if you have to. In fact, after everything starts wearing into something, it's not a bad idea to check it again. It's kind of like if you got a Dodge with a, 46, 47, 48 RE, and you have to do band adjustment. But yeah, that's okay. Alright, so now we know that that's all kosher as a dill pickle. I'm going to go ahead and put that servo together for good. So yeah, I guess, yeah, we'll just put it together and we'll go from there. All right, y'all, so we got the servo in there, and now you need to air check it just to make sure. Remember what I said, your second is that hole right there. That's your second apply. Your fourth is down in this hole here, which you can't see because it's dark, and then that's your exhaust. So if you check second, it should just hit lickety split. Get my and and that really looks good. It's a nice apply, and it won't have a lot of drag on the drum, which you don't want, because that'll create extra heat for one. It'll burn the band. All right, let's check fourth. Fourth ain't gonna be as easy, but it should still apply, and it does. Yep, everything looks good. All right. So I showed you how to set up the 2/4 servo and set the correct pin length. We got everything set in there, torqued down. So we're going to end it off on this video, and the next one we'll pick up on the valve body install and go through that. So if you like what you've seen, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on. Comment, like, share with your friends, and I do read the comments. So with that being said, y'all take care of yourself, take care of each other. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.